God damn. And there's like people in the replies being like, whoa, Hasan is still not banned. Yeah, I wonder why I'm still not banned, especially because of something like this. Okay. When was the last live ban you've seen? Yeah. Meanwhile, here's my little time slot on NBC. I'm gonna play this. Hasan Piker mocks Trump's admin on NBC, says, as Antifa headquarters CEO, I guess, is a movement, an act, an ideology. A lot of our grandparents, as a matter of fact, engaged in organized action in World War II. Also pointed out, it's not new. He has tried to designate Antifa as a organization in the past. And I'm not exactly certain what legal limitations exist there. But one thing I can say as the Antifa headquarters CEO, I guess, is that anti-fascism is a movement. It's an act. It's an ideology. It's not an organized structure. It's not an organization. So therefore, there is no real way to potentially prosecute this group as a domestic group. Now, of course, there's also the other unconstitutional element here, which is that you're not supposed to go after and target domestic political organizations in general. This country has rarely ever prosecuted the Ku Klux Klan. This country has rarely ever prosecuted numerous far-right groups that have actually successfully pulled off targeted acts of domestic. And therefore, not only is anti-fascism not a cohesive, organized group that you could tackle, it also is, even if it was, it would still be unconstitutional to go after it in this way.
Yeah, Hasan, yeah, I mean, I just all of a sudden flash forward and I'm like, oh no, seeing this clip where you're saying I'm the CEO of Antifa, like being played in, I don't know, some court somewhere or some congressional hearing. Let's hope, who knows what's going to happen in the future, but, you know, just to clarify the record here, how do you define Antifa, and do you see yourself as part of an organization called Antifa?
No, that was a joke, of course. Like I said, there's no organized unit. Anti-fascism, like I said, is an action. I do engage in action, and I'm sure many of us have done so. If you call out someone who is behaving like a white supremacist, that's still technically someone engaging in an action in that moment. And as far as organized action goes, a lot of our grandparents, as a matter of fact, engaged in organized action in World War II. So you done goofed. I done goofed up. Oh, here's another fantastic move. New, the Pentagon told journals it will require them to pledge they won't gather any information, even unclassified, that hasn't been expressly authorized for release, and will revoke the press credentials of those who do not obey. This is something that already was a handshake, you know? But it's cool that they're just openly admitting what they want. I mean, they're saying no journalism allowed. Like, that's an insane, that is a insane thing to put in writing. Okay. Where's the sign up sheet, Mr. CEO? It's called subscribing to the Hasan Abi broadcast. The Piker Broadcasting Service is the Antifa headquarters. Wait, he actually got banned for a Charlie Kirk joke? Wait, what the?
Yo, what's up?
Pluto, I didn't do anything wrong. Why did I get banned?
Because of
yes,
the Charlie Kirk stuff.
Wait, what'd I say?
You hold on, let me look at it real quick. I'll tell you exactly. The guidelines say glorifying, endorsing past or current traumatic events, and you said some things in a VOD, I don't know if it was yesterday or what it was, that was basically making light of his, you know, you said things like
Pluto, literally everyone does that for everything on Twitch. What?
I mean, apparently across the line when you talked about how you're glad he's dead.
I didn't. I was making a small joke.
Yeah, and then you went on to say, you know, I'm kidding, or am I kidding, or am I? You know, like you kind of.
Bro, you've got to be kidding me, Pluto. In the middle of my sponsor, really?
Yeah.
Bro,
you are eligible for an appeal, which I.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, it turns out he's the CEO of Antifa. Not me. Comedy's illegal again. I mean, this is a convo with his partner manager that got leaked because his stream stayed live in the mini player after he was banned. Wait, what? Wait, why didn't you guys tell me that? I didn't know. I shouldn't have seen this. I shouldn't have watched that. I hope they don't ban me next. Well, I guess like everybody's seen it now. Well, regardless, I know Zach Boosie posted it. I know. But I can see why. I can see why Twitch wouldn't be. X reacted to it too. I just can see why Twitch wouldn't be fond of that kind of footage being out there. You know what I mean? I told you not to comment, dummy. Well, regardless, I'm sure it's fine. I mean, it was an accident. All right, so in some ways I do. Hasan, by the way, immediate response. Hasan's still not banned, by the way. What the fuck is this? Joke? No, because I Vic played when I was driving. They banned me during my sponsor. They take... And Hasan gets banned on his day off, and they ban me live. I'm in the middle of my sponsor. Wait, what the? Why is he bringing me up? Yeah, dude, I'm very careful about this sort of stuff. That's the reason why they have to go all the way back to like 2018 to be like, see, he was violent or some shit. God damn. Yeah, why you say me for, bro? God damn. And there's like people in the replies being like, well, Hasan is still not banned. Yeah, I wonder why I'm still not banned, especially because of something like this. Okay, what was the last live ban you've seen? When I got banned. I got banned live for live reacting to a thing. I got like copy strike before. It's happened a couple times. I got banned by Nazis, ironically enough. Gavin McGinnis got me clapped before. Is it 7 days or permanent? No, it's probably 7 days, which you can appeal, obviously, and maybe even get a lower sentence. Yeah, the reason why I haven't gotten banned about Charlie Kirk or making light of Charlie Kirk is because I haven't done that. Because obviously, like if I had, trust me, people would have been blasting it all over the goddamn internet. Anyway, it's so crazy. I mean, I think it's like, to be fair, for the record, like regardless of what Miski was saying, like his reaction is kind of funny. His reaction is kind of funny to that because like he literally is like, what do you mean? We make jokes about everything, right? And he's not wrong. Let's be real. The reason why the reason why it's happening is because there is like a heightened environment of tension right now, and everyone is out. Like the knives are out. People don't even want to like grieve Charlie Kirk or mourn Charlie Kirk. They don't give a about that at all. They just want to punish people that they think are not sufficiently Republican agenda, pro Donald Trump. That's what this is, right? That's what this is. So that's precisely the reason why, like, for someone like Miskiv, who is oblivious to that kind of shit, because he's oblivious to everything, he thinks, bro thinks jokes are allowed. Okay? It's not. It's not. Obviously, you can still be, like, sincere about your assessment of what Charlie Kirk has said and what his like output was, as I have been, right? That's within the confines of reason. But under normal circumstances, you absolutely would be able to make fun of that. Okay. And it's so funny because like Miskiv is not like a woke guy at all. And he's just like an apolitical guy who thought this, just like everything else, is allowed. And unfortunately, what a lot of people don't realize is that in this new media environment that we're in, you can't do that. Like, it's just straight up. Republicans will destroy you. They will destroy you. Yeah, big mistake. Bro thought jokes were allowed. Big mistake. Jokes not allowed. But now, of course, people will turn around and be like, well, Hasan did this, Hasan did that, in order to just like, once again, bring everything back to another person that is completely unrelated to the issue, so they can make like 100 videos about discourse, 100 videos about like Twitch is so inconsistent, blah, 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 all this shit. Ugh. It's so annoying. It's gotten to a point where I feel like there's a lot of people who hate Twitch and they just exclusively hate watch Twitch. You know what I mean? Where they just like sit around and wait for any opportunity to just like attack Twitch. Some of which are doing it because they are getting paid by Kick and other, or like Kick personally, right? I'm sure there are some people like that. and they've taken over the live stream fail subreddit, and that's all they do. They just sit around. Like, I see stuff on the LSF subreddit sometimes because it shows up on my main page, and it's crazy because like something that is a international news, right? Like the David situation, right? He's a streamer, and you know, new updates about something like David will get like 3,000 upvotes. And then there will be like an old ass video of me that they're trying to relitigate to be like, oh, Hasan being violent or some shit. That guy's like 7,000 upvotes. And it's like very obvious that these guys just like consistently brigade this goddamn subreddit, and they don't care about anything. At this point, the subreddit does not care about anything but like Hasan. And it's so wild. It's so wild. And it has no motion really, but it don't matter. I see it. I see it with like all the anti-Kai stuff too. Like there is an initiative, even on Twitter as well, to like constantly farm anti-Kai clips in the same way that they do, in the same way that they were doing to me for years and years and years. I think it's a byproduct of just like becoming such a big media figure. No matter what, there's always going to be people who hate you, sometimes for good reasons, sometimes for bad reasons. But then there's also, I think, like an inorganic attempt to smear someone and like destroy their reputation to the best of their ability. So that is, and no matter who we're talking about, like you can present someone in a false framing, regardless of, they could be the best person on the planet, and you can still present them in a false framing over and over again. If you do it consistently, people that only see the false framing are going to start developing negative associations and negative attitudes about you, no matter who it is. It's just, it is what it is, right? Like I even saw that with people that were, all due respect, is it giving people crap on you? Why do you complain about it constantly? Wait, what? This is not even about me. What the, I'm just using one example. I was talking about an entirely separate example. I was literally about to use this as a jump off point. Why? What? Are you okay? I mean, I'm a Twitch streamer. This is my stream. So obviously I'm using my own personal experience in this field, right? But ultimately, no matter what you do, there's like always going to be people that present you in a false light. And one example I will use is like immediately after the Davis stuff came out, immediately people were like ripping into Ludwig and Jason, right? Because they didn't fully know what the situation was. No one really did. And they were judging off of the fact that like the law enforcement had not decided that David was even a suspect. Like he did 5 extra tour spots before new information came out that tied him directly to the victim, right? But that didn't stop people from making it seem after the fact as though they were speaking on David in such like light terms before the fact, right? Yeah, nobody knew his girlfriend was a child and a victim. So that's what they were doing. And it happens all the time. It happens to everybody, right? And I did find it interesting that like Ludwig received that level of animosity for something that was totally beyond his control, and it's something that happens to me all the time. So, you know, maybe he's a little bit more understanding, which is, by the way, speaking of the Davis stuff, oh my God, the fact that like they still do not have him as a is mind boggling to me. Someone was saying that like it was his security or something. Like are there updates on that?